Welcome everyone to our annual What to Know Before You Go webinar. I'm Amy Keenan, founder of the ISV Society. I'm the Events and Webinar Committee. We have everybody here, a lot of us from the Events and Webinar Committee on today presenting for you, giving you the lowdown of everything. This is a big group, very exciting. I'm launching a poll, hopefully. Okay, how many times have you attended Summit? Is this your first time? Oh, we do have somebody. We have a few people first time, yay. Or a lot of you seasoned veterans. We have 13 first timers. That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a record for us for this webinar.
it is. Okay, well, that's exciting. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Oh, cut that. All right, I think we're good. So, as you know, this is our webinar. We like to just highlight things, talk about things, get you up to speed on what to know before you go to Acumatica Summit. So these are your speakers for today. As I mentioned, my name is Amy Keenan, but we also have Dennis Easter from Algorithm, Donna Krizik from Krizik Marketing Group. We have Lindsay O'Brien from Vertex. We have Alma from Quadient, and we have Steve filling in for Sergi today from Acumatica. So welcome, everyone. These are your presenters. We're excited to share all of this information with you. Of course, if you do have any questions, you can certainly put it in the Q&A or the chat, or certainly I think you should be able to just unmute yourself too as well. So whichever you feel comfortable doing, feel free to do that. We will love to get the answers to your questions probably at the end to make it a little easy so we can get through all of the content we have today, which we do have a lot of content, as you can see from the agenda here. So we'd like to be able to get through it all. And again, this is just to help you just get a better opportunity, a better way, a better networking, just lay of the land at Acumatica Summit, because it is really an awesome event, a great event. There's a lot going on. So it's nice to be able to get a snapshot of everything to make your event that much better. All right. So with that, after the wonderful agenda, we have DataSelf, who is going to take a few minutes to talk about, we have Johnny here from DataSelf, who's going to take a few minutes to talk about their BI-based reporting. So Johnny, take it away.
Thank you, Amy. Can you hear me?
I can, and I can see you.
Thank you. All right. Well, first of all, Happy New Year for everyone. My name again is Johnny Girardi. I'm a big data geek. I was in my early career a software engineer, became a business person. And for the past 20 years, I've been helping to solve two business problems. One is decision makers being frustrated that they have the data is in their systems, in the Acumatica and the payroll. Why can't they find easy access? Why can they get easy access to the KPIs anytime, anywhere, anytime and anywhere? Why? So that's a frustration of decision makers have been solving for 20 years. And on the other hand is the business analysts, the reporting people, that they are always working super hard, sometimes at night, over the weekends to keep up with decision makers' requests. So I've been helping to solve these two problems for 20 years. And if you relate to some of them, be sure to connect with the DataSelf at the summit. Can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. We bring what's called BI-based reporting, business intelligence reporting, very fast, very easy. I'm not going to go into the details today, but if you have those two issues, come talk with us to learn more about it. Next slide, please. Besides our booth 106, I'm also going to be featuring two different breakout sessions at the bottom of the screen. One is called Too Much Data, Too Little Insight on Monday at 12:50. Very insightful presentation. In the next session is Horner's Business Data Go from Data Zero to Data Hero. That's going to be on Tuesday at 11 a.m. So if you want to learn more about making more informed decisions, stop by our booth or join our sessions. That's my introduction.
Thanks so much, Johnny.
My pleasure.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you guys are all from. My name is Jennifer Douglas. I am the IT manager for a tobacco processing company here in Wilson, North Carolina. I'm actually a customer with Acumatica, but I am like to be involved in things. So I joined acu-CONNECT as shortly after Summit last year, I believe, playing along with the committee. It's been fun, but great time to be around and involved in things. So we do have some keys to networking while we're at the summit. Acumatica usually has a big booth set up where you can go and meet with the teams. There's a lot of extracurricular activities. You can get connected with acu-CONNECT. There's the event app, and the marketplace is fantastic. My kids always enjoy when I come home with some swag for them. So get to meet a lot of good people, get to have a lot of fun, come away with some good contacts. For the Acumatica timeline, on Saturday and Sunday is the hackathon, and I'll also probably mention here that I am part of the developer MVP program. Excuse me, a little dry here today. So I'll also be participating at hackathon on Saturday and Sunday, which is a fantastic way to network and meet new people and new contacts. Last year was my first hackathon, and I've actually scrolling through the list of attendees. I do see at least one or two other developer MVPs in the audience today, so I won't call them out, but you know who you are. But I was also on the team that won second place with the hackathon last year, and it is a great time, and I learned so much. And this year for the hackathon, we have a really, really diverse set of teams where they're trying to get it more inclusive. So each team, I think, has believe 2 or 3 developer MVPs, and then we have marketing specialists, data analysts on parts of the team to try to help round things out so that they can have a more robust kind of package to offer. And this year's theme at hackathon is actually built on around sustainability. So with the UN making their goals for the year, Acumatica has followed up on that, and the working on so that our projects are focused on sustainable development goals. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and everybody's very excited. We've put in some work a little bit, here and there for it, lots of meetings, and it's lots of fun. So after the hackathon, that evening, I think at 3:00, acu-CONNECT has a session. And oddly enough, I'm actually part of that panel as well. So I'm going to have a very, very busy weekend. So that's at 3:00, I believe, on Sunday, followed by the opening reception, which is a great social place. Lots of fun. Good food is always really good. The marketplace opens up. I've made some great friends, people that I've met consistently at the Acumatica conference at Summit every year. We've got a little group of people that we hang out with. Then they've got the celebration on the 30th. Always a fantastic party. And then the closing reception. So it's, fun-filled, packed week, but always good time.
Great. So Jennifer went through the timeline as a whole, and as she mentioned, we have the hackathon on Saturday and Sunday, but there are a ton of other activities that you can take place in for networking. So we have that acu-CONNECT session at 3 p.m. On the day a little bit after most of you are probably getting in for the conference. So make sure to stop by to attend our session. And then after that, there is the marketplace welcome reception. On Monday, if you're an early person, there's morning yoga at 6:15. Props to all of you who get up early to attend 6 a.m. yoga. And then we have the sessions in Expo. On Tuesday, again, if you're a morning person, there's a morning run at 6 a.m. The Women in Tech luncheon at 12 p.m. There will be a passport drawing, which Donna will go into more details about the passport drawing. And then another Women in Tech session, their reception at 6:30 p.m. And then the celebration and dinner party at 7:30. And then finally on Wednesday, there is the closing reception from 2 to 3.
And I have a
So I
couple
think-
of polls, if we could get a better understanding of who's going to be doing the hackathon with Jennifer. Anybody?
And while Amy launches the polls, I just really want to highlight one of my favorite parts of Summit that Lindsay touched on, which is the Women in Tech luncheon and the reception. Every single year, I always walk away feeling like a little bit more empowered and full of excitement and energy to be a woman in this space. So if you have not already registered during
It's
your
already full.
is it?
Yes,
Oh
I
my God,
tried. I
But
couldn't
here-
even get in either.
But
Well,
here's
take
the
a-
thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Just don't despair if it's full, because the day of you can still get in, because a lot of people will have conflicting priorities and drop out. Not a lot, but there's always some that do. So just keep your eye on that full moderate.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just gonna say too, Donna, is that I've sometimes seen some of my team members get in day of. So make sure to
I'm gonna
look out
try.
for that for sure.
So it looks like 3 people are doing the hackathon. All right, how about the wonderful exercise? Who's doing the yoga? Who's doing the run? And who's just not and going to stay in their cozy bed?
So I'm not a morning person, but I'm going to challenge myself to do the yoga.
Good for you. It was pretty
Oh.
busy last year. I didn't do the yoga, but I heard it was a pretty packed room.
I think it's beating out the run right
Wow.
now.
Right
or-
now it's even 7 and 7. We have 7 and 7 for yoga and run. I will be in the gym doing my own thing, but I will be up. I won't be in my bed.
We actually have 200 signed up for yoga.
Holy
Wow.
moly. How about
See,
the
that's
run?
networking.
Did you have a number for that, Steve?
For which one?
The run?
It's like about 65, and that's usually where it winds up every time. Yeah.
Okay, we have 27 people staying in their cozy bed. Good for you.
And if you don't mind, I'll just throw my 2 cents in on the women in
Yeah,
tech
go right ahead.
lunch. If you do come to the door, please stand there and just wait a little bit. Those that have reserved go in first, of course, but there are 3 people that have, just like she said, there's some conflicts, and then we fill the seats in. So if you do want to really come, just please come and hang out by me at the door.
Okay, good to know. Because yes, I tried to put it on the app, pick it on the app, but it wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Lindsay, back to you.
Alrighty, so a little bit more detail on that celebration party. It's from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. There will of course be food and drinks. DJ Kara Ford will be DJing all night, and you are required, as usual for these parties, to have a U.S. driver's license or passport to gain entry, since it is a nightclub. And make sure you don't forget your Summit badge either. And then more details on the closing reception. This will be from 2 to 3 p.m. Again, there will be food and drinks. It will be near the Customer Experience Hub in the Summit Lounge with entertainment by Nick Jackson. And then if you want any additional details, you want to go back through some of the things that we just covered, make sure to scan this QR code, bookmark it on your browser so that you can go back and find all these details and attend.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that you can experience on Sunday and throughout the event in itself, but we have some brand new things this year, which we're really excited about. So that acu-CONNECT session on Sunday at 3 o'clock local time, we will be doing for the first time a panel discussion where this is the description for it, where customers, partners, and ISVs intersect. So we're going to have one of each, and I'll be moderating that session. It should be a fun time to get to hear, different perspectives and how we can all work better together, which is one of the main things I love about acu-CONNECT in general, is that we're just so collaborative and such a great community, regardless of, what publishers do and what the product does, we have each other. So we'll also be presenting some community awards, and so don't miss that. And for the first time ever, we're going to have some branded acu-CONNECT swag for everybody. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then not for the first time, but always a treat, we have Tim Rodman on deck to deliver and entertain us with his musical stylings. Participation is not required, but highly recommended. It was such a blast the last couple of times that he's been there. If you want to move to the next slide, one way that you can identify the sponsors, they'll have these nice little stickers in their booths. So when you go to do the passport, which if you're not familiar, we have a slide on that, is you collect stamps for every ISV booth that you visit and chat with, and you can get prizes for doing so. So you'll see those little stickers in their booths, and then you'll also have this passport that you can pick up and be entered to win. And the passport, although it's a fun and engaging way to do this, it's really all about getting to know those add-on solutions that make Acumatica so much better. And the winners will be drawn at Johnny's booth, the Data South booth number 106. I think that's everything for me.
Awesome. This next section we're going to hand it over to Steve. Steve's going to talk about a little bit more about the summit on the back end, the stuff that we don't always get to hear about first, or some of the stuff he's already told you about if you're a sponsor. Steve is the wonderful, wonderful conference manager for Acumatica Summit. Although he doesn't work directly for Acumatica, we always kind of treat him as if he does for this, since we've all worked with him for years. I'm sure most of you have met him. So here's the lovely Steve.
Well, thank you. That's a wonderful slide shot. I love that one. So that's an overview of the meeting space at the Wynn, just so everybody knows. And what that's showing you is where the guest elevators are, where the celebration party is, which is at Excess Nightclub. And you'll see we'll have people out there, human arrows directing you to get to Excess Nightclub, especially if you're coming from 6:30 to 7:30 for the Women in Tech event. That's a big event. Everybody that was at the Women in Tech lunch is invited to come to it 6:30 to 7:30. And then from 7:30 to 10:30 will be the actual celebration party itself. And then you guys all know about that. We've got some great, exciting new things this year. So hopefully you'll get a chance to go to the luge and have some fun. We have 2 registration rooms this year, the Chamberton and the LaFleur room. So you can register in either one of those, depending on which elevator you walk out of, make your life so much easier and nice and easy. And then if you have any questions, once you get through registration and you start to walk down the hallway, you'll see the info desk there, just like in the past. And we always have somebody standing there at the desk. They have a map of the property in case you're lost and need to go somewhere. We can direct you as you go around. The keynotes are still located in the same place. They're up in the Crystal Ballroom. And this year, there'll be some good, new, exciting announcements that are going to come out of it. And then the Marketplace East and West this year are in the same 2 ballrooms where it says Marketplace right on the map. And then inside of the Marketplace, East and West, we have 3 sponsor showcases, which are the silent ones. Those of you that have signed up for those sessions, and they got sold out very quickly this year. People will come in, they'll see your logo of your company on the monitor right in front of the showcase, and then there'll be another monitor inside for your presenter that'll be inside. And then everyone gets a headset and a radio that they tune in. It's already tuned in, but they'll tune into it, and they just take a seat in there, and then the person that's talking, they can hear. So there's no competition between the 3. It doesn't get too loud in the room. And because of the popularity last year of the headshot, the professional headshot, makeup artist, and hair, this year we have 2. So there'll be double the time so it gets you through faster. That's really what we want to do. We just want to get you through faster through that area. And then this year we have, yes, there'll be 2 of them. And then this year we also have a new car. It's a different type of race car. It's that one. These cars are totally different than what you've seen as an Indy car. And so it'll be there for you. It's pretty exciting to see that. And we also have this year the sponsorship. We have some of the clubs and stuff from the folks that Acumatica sponsors for golf, because they sponsor professional golfers also. So you'll see both this year. And there's no loud noises this year. We got rid of the tire machine, so it's only the electronic driving game. No more zit, zit, zit from the tire. I know that drove some people nuts. The app, I can't talk to you about this enough. And if you have 30 seconds right now, just go into the App Store, just download it. It takes 2 seconds. It just goes by your email address, and you'll be in. Because as we get closer and closer, we're changing the app, the website, the links, everything that we can, but the app gets changed first. So if you really want the most information, the quickest, you just go right to the app. And then you can, make connections with everybody in the app, and you can reserve time with them in the app. The other day, Christian from the Acumatica team said, he's looking forward to seeing everybody. So I made sure on that last call that everybody jammed up his his app immediately and book time with him, so he has no free time. But if you could help out, that'd be wonderful also. So you get to see him. So the app is awesome.
That's awesome. And Steve, those are all the slides we have for you today, but is there any other fun insights you'd love to share with us?
I sent to Amy at the very last second an email that's going to go out next week. If you wanted to preview it right now, just know before you go. You could just, if you had, can you pop it up now, or is it that would kind of mess up this presentation right now?
Amy, yeah, you can share it and I can stop sharing for a
I
second.
can, or I can forward it to you if you want.
And this
Yeah,
way
that would
everybody gets to see the info first.
Yes.
It'll come to you in an email also. I'm going to send it to everybody, but I'll just kind of go over it because as the summit has grown, and those of you that have been coming and see me for years, right? I know you see it's grown. It has grown and grown and grown. This year it's sold out very early on. A lot of the things like the sponsor showcases sold out early on. Because it's a turnkey booth, it makes it a lot easier for everybody when they're traveling and coming into town, and you just show up. Anytime after 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, you go in, you just check and make sure everything looks right. Hopefully by now, every single person has gotten their drafts back of their booth and what it's going to look like. And then your boxes, if you ship them to the pre-shipment location, will be in your booth. If you didn't and you shipped them to the hotel, you just, as you're walking towards registration, you'll pass by the shipping receiving office, their business center, and you just pick up your box there and have them deliver it to you. And the same thing on the way out. If you have leftovers that you didn't get the chance to hand out, you want to take them with you, take them with you, or you can ship them back out through the Ortiz group or through the hotel. It's either way. And then we have made some changes this year, and probably some of you on the call know from emailing me and asking me if you can do certain things this year. But there's some guidelines that they've given me to mandate to everybody that's there, and some of them are about security and coming through, making sure that you have your name badges all the time. Starting on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, straight through to Wednesday afternoon for the closing reception, you won't be able to get through without your badge. And I know a lot of people don't like to wear badges. You know, they just don't like the look of them. Put it in your pocket, put it in your back pocket, your pocketbook somewhere. Just flash it to them so they just let you go by, and it'll make your time easier. The opening reception from 6 to 9 on Sunday is when the marketplace is open, and then Monday and Tuesday it's open from Monday from 7 in the morning until 5:30, and then on Tuesday it open from 7 until just about 3:30. We kind of gauge you guys breaking down to when we close it, because there's a coffee break in there in the afternoon, a beverage break, and then that's basically the last time that there's something dedicated to being in the marketplace. So we kind of watch you guys, and then we close it down at that point.
Steve, do you have any advice for any attendees who aren't sponsors that you think that would be valuable?
You know, I think that the networking times are probably the biggest thing while you guys are there, is to network as much as possible. There's nothing but plenty of networking space also. The lounge is there, the networking tables are there. I mean, meet with the folks that are around. Make sure you participate in everything that you can, starting from, Sunday when you guys all arrive until Wednesday. Please come to the closing reception on Wednesday this year. Just to remind you, there used to be training sessions only on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And now some of those training sessions have already been incorporated into the summit for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And so Wednesday it'll end at about 2 o'clock. And then we have this amazing reception for you. We have the customer survey area will stay open through till Wednesday, as well as the customer room that Tammy takes care of on the lower level. And that will be open on Wednesday as well until we close at about 3:30.
Is this
And
what
so
you were
this
talking
was-
about, Steve?
Yeah, this is what's
Okay.
this is what's going to go out. Next week you'll get it from me in an email, but you're seeing it for the first time. We just got it approved today. So Sunday, 12 o'clock registration opens LaFleur and Chamberton, 2 rooms. No matter what elevator you come out of, don't worry, just walk. You'll hit both of them. And then from 2 to 5:30, the marketplace is open for you to come in and set up. If you could be at your booth by 5:30 so we can make some announcements for you all, just so you hear it. We don't need all the attendees to hear it, but that would be great. 6 to 9 p.m. is the opening reception. Come back in on Monday morning, 7 o'clock, the doors will be open. You come right through till 5. It's open all day. There's activity all day. Don't forget, there's sponsor sessions. Once we get past the morning general session, there's sponsor sessions going all day long. So there's a lot of traffic that goes through. The headshot's busy. The coffee cart is going. The massage chairs are there. So there's a lot of activity. 7:30 to 9:30 is breakfast. 10:15 to 10:45 there's a break, a beverage break. 12 to 1:15 lunch. It's inside the marketplaces in both areas. And then if you would like to go outside, the Sunset Terrace, which is that terrace that overlooks the swimming pool, we'll have that open for you as well. Then there's a beverage break in the afternoon on Monday, and then 5 o'clock the marketplace closes, and everything closes at 5 on Monday, sponsors are taking people out for dinners, drinks, meeting up with them from there. Tuesday, same thing, 7 in the morning. Marketplace is open until 4 only because of whenever you guys decide to break down. I've seen it over the years. Like as soon as that coffee break is over, I could tell everybody's like itching to get out. 7:30 to 9 breakfast again. 10:30 to 11 this day is the beverage break. 12:15 to 1:30 is lunch. 2:30 to 3 p.m. is the actual final break. And then the marketplace closes basically around 3:30 in the afternoon. And then this is the celebration night over at XS Nightclub. Wednesday, just to make sure everybody knows it, the marketplace is not open. It's only open on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And if you have any gifts or giveaways, you got to communicate them this year directly to the winners. If you have something that you want us to push out on the app, hey, listen, can you do me a favor and just make sure this person swings by the booth? Please let me know and we'll do that. We'll help you out to, get it out on the app so everybody can see it at the same time. But there's no marketplace amplification this year. The only time there's a microphone is if people aren't leaving the room. We're going to make an announcement. Hey, it's time to go. The marketplace is closing. And then exhibitor video crews. So there's been a lot of discussion about this, what's happened in the past and what's happening for this year. So this year was the first year that they said no more video crews in the meeting space whatsoever, starting on Sunday through Wednesday. That doesn't stop you from using your cell phone, obviously, but from somebody walking around with a camera and lights and team of people going and talking to people, they've kind of just stopped that, starting this year. They just needed to get control of it. It was too many people doing it last year and the year before walking around, and we didn't know who it was. And the hotel's pretty strict also. You have to go through the marketing teams and get everybody approved. It's coming on the property. So it makes it a little more difficult. So we just stopped it. Again, if you have a phone, you can do whatever you want to do. Any questions that I can answer?
I think there are some questions actually. Hold on.
Oh, good.
Let me go to that. Okay. Will the acu-CONNECT session, where will the acu-CONNECT, oh, you already answered that one. Hold on. There
That's
we go.
Latasha one.
Do you need to reserve the networking tables?
You do if you want to actually stay there the whole time. So those are sponsorship opportunities. They get branded, and then you can bring a pull-up that you can have there as well. Those are branded. But if you just wanted to go into those spaces when you wanted to just have times, you can just pop in and pop out, and that's what they're there for. But you'll see Kensium in the lounge. They'll have a big branding opportunity there in the lounge. That doesn't mean you can't just go hang out with them. And then you'll see Avalera also over on the networking side of it, also on those tables around.
Will there be the opportunity to sign for 2025 sponsorships while at Summit?
Yeah. So we're extending it this year also. So you'll get the new pricing, which is this year's pricing. So that's the early bird pricing is the same as this year's pricing before it goes up. You'll have until, I think it's the 12th, you'll see it. Sergi's going to send out an email to everyone that is on the list that came this year, plus all the list that's there. And then the only two things that you should know that are different to look for the fine print, I'm a fine print guy because I hate it when it pops up later, is you're going to see some asterisks. The top 2 tier levels this year will be approval by Acumatica. They'll approve the top 2 tier levels. And then the second part of it is there is a 25% deposit that will be due this year within 30 days when you get your invoice, so that we know how many people are really coming, because a lot of people last year signed up and then they didn't come this year, and it held spaces away from other people until the last minute. So we're just trying to avoid that. So those are the 2 things that just popped up this year. But definitely sign up as soon as you get the email. Sign up so you get this year's pricing. It'll save you money.
Will the booths be open in the marketplace during final closing reception? Also, last year it was cold standing outside. Will there be more inside?
So let's make sure we're clear again on the marketplace is open until Tuesday at about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's not open on Wednesday. The closing party is moved to Wednesday from 2 to about 3:30 in the afternoon. The closing party is indoors. It's going to be in the main foyer space right there where the big LED wall is. So you'll be indoors this year. And the only outdoor time that you'll have will be Tuesday night at the nightclub. And I think I have about 75 heaters outside. And then for lunchtime, we have that sunset terrace. It is outside the doors, but there's probably about another 25 heaters out there as well, just to make sure that because it is during the day, it is chilly out still if you're not in the sun, and that is mostly covered. So that should help you as well.
And one more question before we continue. The booths come with TVs. Does it come with cables to connect to a PC to them?
Absolutely. Goes right to your counter. Absolutely.
I'm Dennis Easter. long-term member of acu-CONNECT, and really I want to talk to you about acu-CONNECT itself. You know, we're happy to come out and share this information for you, and what we want to let you know, if you're not familiar with acu-CONNECT, really, what are we all about? And one of the things, having been in the ERP space for a lot longer than I want to admit, is that Acumatica has really built a community. You know, they're very focused and very aware of the need for a community, a place to get to know other people in the ecosystem. And acu-CONNECT is really an extension and really kind of a flywheel to keep that community going. Apart from these events, you know, everyone gets together at Summit, but then there's often a tendency that we get busy with other things and we start to lose contact with the other folks in the Acumatica community. And so acu-CONNECT really provides that opportunity and the events, the resources, in order for everybody, the VARs, okay, so I work with Algorithm, we're one of the resellers, the ISVs, you know, many of you on the call are ISVs, and the end users, you know, Jennifer, you met earlier, you know, an end user. Let's all get together, you know, and this is where we spend our time sharing what we've learned, things that work, things that don't work, and, you know, taking our knowledge and sharing it as part of the community, working together, you know, to make the product better, because Acumatica, you know, listens to the feedback that we provide. And so one of the things that, you know, acu-CONNECT does, and I encourage you to get involved with acu-CONNECT, is to really extend this community past Summit, you know, because Summit, everybody's together, but then you can get together throughout the year with the acu-CONNECT events. And so one of the things that, if you want to go to the next slide for me, please. One of the things that you can do with acu-CONNECT is you really have the opportunity, you know, to get engaged directly with those subject matter experts you're looking for. Okay, so you've got, you know, access to Jennifer, one of the developer MVPs. You know, so when you're wanting to know about working inside the XRP framework, she's be a great resource for you. You know, there are a lot of ISVs in the payments industry, and so talking with them and really understanding what's coming out, what are the new things, new requirements inside the payments industry to make sure that you're compliant, and as you're maybe expanding your business model, you have an opportunity then to, you know, take advantage of new technology that's available to you. You know, and so one of the things that resource library of, you know, your ISV solutions, there's blog content that, you know, helps you to take advantage of these other resources and connect you with the people that may have the solution for the problem that you're looking for. One of the things that I particularly have gotten out of acu-CONNECT as a reseller are developing those relationships with the ISVs. You know, I know some of you on the call, you know, we've done business together, you know, we've, you know, developed relationships. And I think a lot of that is because the acu-CONNECT really provides that platform for everybody to get together, to share and develop those relationships, because chances are inside the acu-CONNECT community, there's someone that is dealing with or has dealt with the same problem that is bugging you right now. And so it's a great place to share and work through problems. So join acu-CONNECT, you get, you know, some exclusive events. You know, we're, you know, like the country club, you know, we got some exclusivity here. So you get some exclusive member-only events, a lot of fun events coming on, and there are also regular webinars, educational webinars on new product functionality, on new solutions. And so those type of things that will help you maximize your investment in Acumatica. So take it from me, it's worth the investment, which, oh, it didn't cost anything to join. But it's worth the investment. It's worth your time. Get involved. We can always use people on the committees to help present, to share your knowledge, and be a part of the community. So come join us at acu-CONNECT. Don't forget, 3 o'clock Sunday, the acu-CONNECT session. You're going to hear from a partner. You're going to hear from a customer. You're going to hear from an ISV about the value of acu-CONNECT that they've had as well. So come join us, not just at the session, but also for the rest of the year. Thanks.
Thanks, Dennis. And next, guys, I'm Amma McMullen, and I have seen most of you on here before, but I'm the co-chair for the Events and Webinar Committee. And I just wanted to take this time to thank you, to say thank you to all of our community sponsors for acu-CONNECT. We have so many amazing sponsors. I'll list off the charter sponsors. We have Acumatica, Avalara, Avid, DataSelf, DocLink by Alltech, Lightspeed, NetStock, 3G PaceJet, Shipping, Repay, Rockton, and Starship. Thank you guys all so much for your continued support all year round. I'm not going to read all of our premium and supporting sponsors off because there's so many names, but just give a beautiful round of applause virtually to all of these amazing sponsors that help us bring content like this to you guys year round. The next thank you I want to give is just to our amazing board of directors. We have Liz Anderson, who's our president. We have the wonderful Amy Keenan, my co-chair for this committee, and also the vice president of the board, who owns her own wonderful company, the ISV Society. We have Mike Notley from iTech Support, and he's our treasurer. We have Louisa Gooding from Acumatica, Darcy Borio from DAB Partners as our secretary, and Joni Girardi from DataSelf as our board member. So just thank you all so much for your continued support. Most of these people have been on our board for years and really contribute to the continuing success of not only our committees and our events, but also things like Acumatica Summit to make us all feel really connected when we're all in person. That also brings me to just thanking our committee members. Of course, I already mentioned Amy and myself, but I'll go ahead and mention Dennis and Donna, Lindsay, Jennifer, Chris, other Jennifer, and also Michelle for our committee. And then also for the lovely social media committee, we have Haley, Brian, Karen, Jared, Carol, and Ashley. And also welcome back, Ashley, from maternity leave. We're happy to see your beautiful face online again. And last but very not least, I just want to shout out to our social media platforms. We are on Twitter, aka X now, and as well as LinkedIn, of course. Please make sure whenever you're sharing any content about acu-CONNECT or Acumatica, just feel free to tag us. We always love to see what our community is posting about. You can tag us at acu_connect on both platforms. And we're really trying to highlight our hashtag this year just so we can keep on top of seeing all of your guys' wonderful content, which is just a simple hashtag acu-CONNECT, no extra symbols or anything like that to not break the hashtag. And if you're interested about learning more about acu-CONNECT or have any questions, this QR code will take you to the acu-CONNECT website. But of course, you can always just give it a quick Google or type it in your search for just acu-connect.com. Or you can email us at info@acu-connect.com. But if you aren't already signed up as a member and you're on this call, we highly encourage you signing up. As Dennis mentioned, it's free to you. There's a ton of amazing content. If you weren't able to attend the big virtual event we do in the fall every year, a lot of those recordings are still available if you're wanting to study up before Summit. There's a ton of amazing reoccurring content that we have every month. So just please reach out if you have any questions, but we'd love to have you in our community.